There we go.
You got this. Woo!
All right. Okay,
Let's
so
go, Ava.
I'm going to talk about Pinterest. I thought that this was a good topic we should talk about because I honestly really think that Pinterest is just great. I use it for everything, like outfits, dinner ideas, lunch meals, like you name it, I probably have used Pinterest for it. And ended up getting into a conversation with Bella, and we were like, oh my gosh, it could probably be very well utilized for our agents. So, so let's just start with basically what Pinterest is. Pinterest is a visual discovery platform where people search for ideas and inspiration. Think of it as a digital bulletin board where you can collect and share images, which are called pins, of things you find interested. It's great for finding recipes, home decor ideas, fashion inspiration, and more. You can also use it to build a brand or follow by creating boards and sharing your content. All right. So I'm going to go through some pros and then I'm going to go through some cons of Pinterest because as any site, there are going to be pros and cons. So it's a search engine. Pinterest is a unique visual search engine that offers a distinct advantage for real estate professionals. By optimizing your pins with relevant keywords and descriptions, you can significantly enhance your visibility on both Pinterest and search engines like Google, thereby boosting your SEO. So when people are looking for certain things, a lot of the times when you look up on Google, it will link you to Pinterest as well. So with that, it's going to also take people to your Pinterest account, which can take them to your Instagram or your TikTok or your Facebook because it's all going to connect because of the greater web, of course. So then images. Pinterest is all image focused, which is, I would say, ideal for realtors because you want to showcase your homes and all the interior design stuff that is created within real estate and when you're staging homes and all that stuff. So then also it's great for collaboration because you can use this to make boards. You can have your clients make Pinterest boards to decorate their homes after buying them and or even if they have certain things like or a kitchen they really like, they can create this board and you can have access to it. So when you're looking at other houses and you're like, oh my gosh, wait, they liked that countertop because they put it in their Pinterest board, then you can be like, oh my gosh, I should show them this house. So it's also just kind of a way of connecting with them without having to constantly call them. So I think that's helpful because not everyone always likes to answer their phones. So social proof, saving your website contact and blog posts on Pinterest can increase your social proof with potential customers and Google. So every time you save something, if it's someone else's pin, they're going to get a notification that you saved that. And so a lot of the times it is going to have them on, like, be like, oh, who's this person? And they're going to click on it. And it's a lot of back and forth of clicking. Um, then new audience. Pinterest users are more likely than other social media platform users to say it's the most influential platform in their purchasing journey. Um, I think that that's a really great point because as a visual learner, I would say that's 100% true. I'd rather see things visually rather than a bunch of words. And that's a great thing that Pinterest has to offer. So some cons. It's a time investment. You may need to invest time and effort into creating pins and tracking your results. But that's just like all social media. Long term, Pinterest may not provide instant gratification, but it can be a long-term strategy. It's the same thing with Instagram and stuff like that. You're not gonna get a million followers overnight. Like that's very rare, but in the long run, it can help you. Um, there's also algorithm changes, excuse me. So you're gonna have to keep up with the frequent changes, just like all other social media platforms. Um, it focuses on visuals, so text-heavy content performs well, I guess that's not, I guess it shouldn't, that's not the right wording for the cons, but it's not text heavy because text heavy content doesn't perform well. So it's not suitable for all types of people. because it only focuses on visuals rather than text and reading and stuff. There are copyright issues. Again, same thing with Facebook and Instagram with music and all that stuff. There are a lot of copyright laws when pinning content that you didn't create. So you have to make sure it's known that it's not yours. And then it's not for everyone. Well, it's great for some businesses and hobbies. There might be better platforms for some. I would say this is more of a visual. If you're a visual kind of person, this would be good for you. If you're not, I don't think Pinterest would probably be up your alley because it's all photos, and we'll get into that when I show you guys Pinterest and all that stuff. So Pinterest can be a secret weapon for real estate agents building their brand, and here's how. So just the picture up there that I have, that's kind of Pinterest when you just look at it from the front. This one right here is going to be what would happen when you don't have a Pinterest account created yet. And then this would be it's pictures of it's not exactly the best example, but we'll have more that are real estate based later on in the presentation. But that was what the screen would look like when you first get on, depending on what you're looking up.
Basically your feed, right?
Yeah, that feed is not going to be our feed. Don't worry, guys. We're not looking at ancient pictures. Okay, so so when it comes to building brand awareness, it's a visually appealing platform. So you can showcase beautiful properties, stunning architectures to grab attention, and establish yourself as an agent who deals in desirable listings, whether that's in the greater Milwaukee area, out in Madison, because we are all over. Um, you can really target specific people who are looking for a very specific thing. And when they see pictures, I feel like that brings people in more. Because I know whenever someone sees an Instagram post or a listing postcard and they're like, whoa, that picture is so beautiful. They want to go the extra mile to figure out who's listing that house and who's doing that. So it's very big on visuals. Um, your target audience, Pinterest, which focuses on interests like home decor and design, allows you to reach potential clients already thinking about real estate. So not only could you reach a home buyer, but you could also maybe reach a um, somebody who sells home decor, who does staging and stuff like that. And it's going to allow you to connect, and then maybe they can help you stage your next house for your buyers or your sellers. And it's honestly just a really good connection. There's content variety. So you can go beyond just listing. You can create boards showcasing the local neighborhoods, the lifestyle perks of living in that neighborhood, and also design tips to establish yourself as a local expert. So that's kind of going back to the pinning and stuff, but you can do a lot of you can put a lot on there and it's going to reach a lot of people. Okay, so content and lead generation. Informative content. Create boards with tips for buying a home, DIY renovations, or local area guides, kind of like we talked about on the last slide. This positions you as a resource and also builds trust with potential clients. When they see that you know what you're talking about, when you're interested in trying new things, whether that's DIY renovations or just wanting to give tips on how to sell your home, how to buy your home, or how to buy a new home, it's going to build almost a level of trust that people don't realize comes through just seeing things on social media. So that's really beneficial. And then we have targeted boards. So cater to specific demographics, like first-time home buyers. You can have a specific pin in your Pinterest that's like, this is for first-time home buyers. This is what you need. And then if you have people who are looking for more luxury properties, those can be like, this is ways to search out for those kind of properties, what's the area, all that kind of stuff. So very making sure that it's separated, but still, no matter what, everyone can still see all different pins. And then driving traffic, you can include links to your website, to landing pages, in your pins and converting interest to website visits and potential leads. So like I said in the beginning, it can draw traffic to your Instagram, your Facebook, or even the KW website, and then it's going to make them go further and deeper. Um, I know me, like whenever I find something I'm interested in, I kind of deep dive and then I'm like 20 minutes into it. I'm like, oh my gosh, wow, I just found out so much good information. And honestly, a lot of it had started from Pinterest when I would like find a cute outfit and I'm like, oh my gosh, I like that. And then it would lead to me ordering probably like $100 worth of clothes, but it's okay. But it's really gonna pull people to wanting to see what you do and more of it just based off of some pictures they find on Pinterest. So long-term engagement, like I said, it's not going to be an overnight thing. Um, that's just not how social media works anymore, unless you go like viral on TikTok. But even then, a lot of the times, unless it's consistent content posting, you're not really gonna have a million followers overnight. So with long-term engagement, you can have evergreen content. So unlike fleeting media posts, pins can stay discoverable for a long time, which maximizes their reach. So no matter what, if you put a pin on your page, somebody's always gonna be able to view it. Now there's no time on it, there's no date posted on it, anything like that. So nobody's gonna see that was posted 3 years ago or something. They're just gonna see a pin that the algorithm thought that they would be interested in. So it's almost, I would say, a little more beneficial than posting on social media like Instagram and Facebook because people aren't going back to 2019 and seeing what you posted. They're looking at the recent stuff because that's what pulls their interest. They want to know what you were doing in the last 6 months. Um, it's a community building thing. You can engage with your followers by commenting on their pins and boards. And this builds rapport and strengthens connection. When you're commenting and saying something or liking something or actively engaging with them, they're going to see that you also like what they like. And that's just another thing that makes people want to talk to you and reach out to you and maybe see if you guys have a connection. So brand consistency. You can maintain a consistent visual style to build brand recognition across your boards. So when I show you guys my Pinterest, we'll see that more. But when you create a board, there's a lot of like, you can keep the color scheme the same, you can keep the wording the same, and it really can look visually appealing, which is how you draw people in. At least that's how you draw me in. I would look at all your guys' Pinterest. So Pinterest goes beyond just being a platform to post and share pretty pictures. And so here are some creative ways to leverage its functionalities. So as I said, we are going to bring up some more real estate based Pinterest pages. So this first one is we just looked up real estate on Pinterest, and welcome to my open house is the first one right here. And then we have just little tips and things over here. Um, then next I looked up real estate agent attire for women. They do have this for men. This does not just cater to women. But then it just came up with some cute business casual outfits. Some shoes that are for sale at Target right now. Awesome. Maybe I'll go buy them. And then I just looked up real estate again and just brought a little bit of a different, but like a house for sale, some personalized thank you cards that someone created. And then just again, little checklists and stuff like that. And as you can see up here, there's all different things added. So like agent aesthetic, agent photo stop. And if you keep going, there's more that you can click on from there. And for like the attire, there's on sale, prices, season. So I could switch it to winter or summer or fall. And I can kind of use it and utilize it in all different ways. So that's really nice. So market research and inspiration. So you can use it for competitor analysis. See what content similar agents and agencies are pinning. This can give you ideas for your own boards and content strategy. So the really nice thing is you can really search into like specify what you want to search and find these agents, and if they're like posting something really cool, you'd be like, oh, okay, that's awesome. Now never copy them because that's going to be copyright, but you can use that and create your own, or if you like the color scheme, you can use that. So it's a lot of really cool things that um you can kind of be like, okay, they're doing something that I like. How can I make something that's similar to this, but it still has my own touch to it. So trend spotting. Discover what styles, neighborhoods, amenities, and generate buzz to tailor to your approach and cater to your current desires. So, what style neighborhoods are really, really wanted right now? Are people looking for the very inclusive neighborhoods with the community pool, or are they looking for a more laid back, relaxed kind of? They want the area to themselves, their own yard, not too many neighbors. And that's another thing with the different pins you can create and the different boards. You can have that specified too. If you're looking for this, cool, look in this board. And then if you're looking for this is your board. And it will also generate people to look at all of those. And you never know. Someone could be like, oh, no, I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with a bunch of neighbors and everyone's friends. And then they see your board and it's about a more seclusive neighborhood where everyone knows each other, but it's not like everyone's at the community pool every weekend. And then they're like, wait, I like that better. People don't really know what they want until they see it. So that's a big thing. And then client persona building, research boards created by your target audience to understand their tastes, aspirations, interests. This helps you personalize your content and messaging. So research boards are really just kind of a way to connect with clients, other people, and again, just personalizing your content and messages so that when people are stepping foot on your actual profile, they're seeing that you're going to cater to a bunch of different people and not just a specific group. Because obviously you want to hit every every aspect in every group and just be very open to helping anyone. Content curation and collaboration. So curate local guides. So again, just bringing that back. So this one's more creating a board showcasing the local restaurants, shops, attractions, and position yourself as a resource for newcomers to the area. So if people see a board that's talking about these top 3 restaurants, we'll take Delafield because that's where I live in that area. And 2 shops that are really cool and some attractions that happen these next 2 months. If they're looking at that and you're like, I give this place a 10 out of 10, food's great, ambiance is awesome, the employees are just so welcoming, they're gonna be like, okay, they know this area, which means they also know the houses around here and the people. So they're gonna want to talk to you because not only can you help them find a great restaurant to eat at, you can find them a great house to live in. So it's just a way of using it beyond just being for directly real estate, but as someone who wants to be there for them as more than just a person selling their house or helping them buy a house. You can collaborate with local businesses. A lot of the same thing that you can do on Instagram, Facebook, and all that kind of stuff. But with this, you can partner with local businesses relevant to your target audience. So, like I said, interior designers, mortgage brokers, and you can create co-branded boards. So it's a lot of collaborating with other people along with you can just do stuff separately. But if you're collaborating with an interior designer, maybe they have a great sale going on a beautiful couch. If someone sees that in both of your guys's boards, they're gonna be like, okay, wait, this interior designer is selling this for 15% off. I don't know. And Sally over there is selling a house on Beaver Lake, and that couch would look beautiful in there. Why don't I go talk to Sally and I figure out if I can talk about the house, see if I want it, see if it's right for me. And if it is, then I'm going to go back here and talk to this interior designer about this beautiful couch, and it's going to go into my new house. It's a lot of things that people don't realize just will quite literally bring people in. So industry trends and newses. Create boards featuring informative articles or infographics about the housing market, mortgage trends, or leading aspects of buying and selling property. So in that way, obviously, you don't want to give away everything, but you also want to make people aware of what's happening because nobody likes being like kept in the dark when big things are happening and change is happening. So if you're very not transparent, but almost transparent. Um, and you're explaining what's happening and being just there for your clients or potential new clients and talking to them about what's happening, how they can avoid things, kind of just using anything to give them the benefit of the doubt when it's stuff like that. Um, it's great to create a board on that because, again, nobody wants to sit and read a 10-page email. If there's a cute little graphic with 10 points, I'd be like, okay, I can read that real quick because it's visually appealing. It's the biggest thing is going to be it's so visually appealing to people. And honestly, I think that's what keeps people in. Okay, project management and client communication. So mood board creations, like we said again, collaborating with other brokerages, or well, not brokerages, mortgage brokerages, um, interior design agents, all that kind of stuff. You can collaborate directly with your clients. So creating a mood board of their dream home, renovations, design preferences, kind of like what I said, if they like that granite that's in that that was on the mood or on the picture they found, and then you find it in the house, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, this was something they're looking for. It's also a way of not having to constantly be like, is this, and this on your checklist? It's almost like just a visual checklist, which I think makes it easier because then they can kind of specify exactly what they're looking for when it comes to a kitchen, when it comes to a master bathroom or a master bedroom. And that's really helpful instead of being like, oh, this has everything you want, but the tile's not correct. Versus if she's like, here's the tile I want, and then you find it, everyone's happy. Okay, so project inspiration. You're going to create boards specific to properties you're working on. So showcasing potential design ideas or renovation inspiration for clients. If you have someone if you have a great project or a great house for sale, and there's some really cool things that they could do with it, renovation wise, you could be like, here's an idea that if this is in your budget, you could knock down this wall and have an open kitchen, or you could have add a sunroom if you open this wall, or it's going to create a more inclusive family room. So not only are you helping them find their dream home, but they maybe are creating it as well through just inspiration from you or from other people that you find on Pinterest. And then another thing, which is probably going to be very helpful, is open house previews. So you can tease upcoming open houses with visually enticing pins and showcasing the property's highlights. So a lot like in not a lot like an Instagram reel because it wouldn't be a video, but you can post videos on Pinterest, um, which you can be like, this is this house. Or if say you have a really pretty picture, you can say this upcoming open house is on July 27th at 3 to 6 p.m. If they go to that pin and then they press on it, it could take them to your Instagram where you have a reel that is showing a little bit more of the house, but not all of it. Or it can take them to a TikTok that's giving them a quick walkthrough. And it's a lot of just clicking, which is at the end of the day, you do just want people to click because even though it's not necessarily them contacting you, it's traffic and it's them seeing your account, which could cause them to send it to someone else. Or if they know a friend who's like, oh, I'm looking for this house. And then they're like, oh my gosh, like I just happened to see this open house on Pinterest that took me to this client's or this agent's Instagram, and she happens to be having an open house in the neighborhood you're looking in. Perfect. They're going to send it to them. So it's a lot of just getting out there and showing people that there is, no matter what, you can use. You can use all of these sites well, but visually, I would say for me, I would think Pinterest is the most appealing. So we're going to create a mood board. Um, I will do my best to create a mood board that's real estate based. I will warn you all now, my Pinterest is completely clothing because I really like to shop. But it's okay. We will we'll make it work. So let's go. Pinterest. So if we go to Pinterest, hold on. Clothing, like I said, but I'm already logged into my profile. So over here is going to be my profile, and these are some of the pins I already have. Now, this is my account from when I was in middle school. So I have a new one now, but this is the one I'm going to use today because I'm logged in. When you first go to Pinterest, though, like I had said in this earlier slide, that's what your front's going to look like. And you can just make it with your Google account. So you could use your KW account, you can use your regular email, you could continue with your Facebook account, or just any email. But it's very easy to make that account because all you have to do is if you just use your Google account, you press Google and it logs you in right away. So we'll go home first. We'll go to the home page. This is what the home page is going to look like. It's going to look different for everyone. Again, like I said, mine's clothing, just little outfit ideas. Um, but so once you're in the home page, you're gonna go over to your profile and you're gonna get to this. And if you're creating a new account, you're not gonna have anything, but you're going to go to this plus button and we're gonna create a board and let's name it real estate. Awesome. And I wanna just leave this board for me, so I'm gonna press create. And then we'll do 2.0 because I did a test run of this. All right, so we create it and here's some pins. So right away, because I named it real estate, it came up with some pins that maybe I'd like. A nice little cleaning video on, it just saved to my account. I didn't mean to do that, but um cleaning video for someone cleaning their kitchen, some properties, project management, just a lot of things. It's gonna just create um based on what you put in, it's going to give you options of what you could put in. So we'll go done. And there's no pins in my board, so we'll go on this one. We have a historic real estate advertising marketing worldwide for Philadelphia. So right here, there's just, if you click on here, like I said, a lot of tapping. This is going to take me to a house in Philadelphia on their Instagram. So now I was immediately taken over to the next site, which is traffic for them. And this is a property they have for sale right now. But I saw it because this interested me. Don't know why it interested me, but that was the first thing that grabbed my attention in that second. But like I said, then like this video, we can go again. Sometimes they play, sometimes they don't. Usually they do, but my computer has been weird recently. So again, take it to Instagram. And these are great tips on cleaning. And so now this is just gonna be a nice little video on what she does when she's cleaning her sink up. And it's she's a real estate broker on Instagram and she puts out tips on her Instagram all the time. But because you saw that, you're like, "Oh, maybe I should go a little bit deeper and look at what she's doing." Um but then we have prices per square footage. Guys, I'm not a real estate agent, bear with me. But so in this case, instead of it's not gonna be saved to clothing, but I'd go real estate and it would save to my pin. Or if I go down here and um 20 reasons why to hire me to sell your home. So this is created by Alex Vargas.
KW.
Oh yeah.
KW agent, there you go.
And so this is 20 reasons why you should hire me to sell your house. And honestly, it's very visually appealing. It's something that it might not catch the eyes of everyone, but it did catch my eye. And you can kind of just use this and say you thought that was really interesting. Awesome. Let's save it to your board. So we're going to put it into real estate again. So it's in a specific board. And then you can come back and use that and maybe create something similar in Canva, just like the Canva lesson we had. So if you weren't there, you should go watch the YouTube video on how to use Canva. And you can create something just like this, and then it will be perfect. So let's go to one more thing, and we can just pin it, and then we'll go back. So here's one that I would say in my eyes is not, oh, it just disappeared on me. Well, here, we'll do this one. Okay, we're not. I guess we're not doing it today. Here, I'll just go like this and scroll in. So in this case, a loan documentation checklist. This is something that definitely has to be more wordy, but I would say not as visually appealing. And I think that most of you guys would probably agree with me on that. It's not drawing you in like the 20 reasons why to choose me to sell you for your house versus smarten up your home. We've got 7 things. Few little bullet points under each of them, and then just took me, see, that's what I'm talking about. I was looking at that and it took me straight to their site. So sometimes that's what it does, which is a little more difficult, but just 7 simple steps on how to make your home a smart home and keep you safer. To-do list for first-time buyers. Again, just 12 quick little to-do things that would be very beneficial to first home buyers, and they can click on this and be like, oh my gosh, awesome. This is very, very helpful. And again, for me, a little wordy, but I'm very big on visuals and pictures, so that's probably why. But it's a great 12 quick little steps for them to do. And honestly, I think this probably has gotten like a decent amount of traffic. Even if it's not people liking it rather, or like even following him, but they're seeing it, and that's more than enough. So we'll save that to real estate as well. And then we'll go back to um our little pins and stuff. So now all of them are right here, and I can just easily click on them, go back. Just easy to grab. So like if I go out again to my other ones, here we'll use this one because it has 166 pins of outfits. Just all like easy to grab. They're right there. They load right away. It's super, super easy. Which is very nice because I feel like not every site is easy to navigate, and this one is. And the other thing is, like I said, it takes me directly to other people's, whether it's websites, whether it's Instagrams, and then I can just move on and I'm looking at her Instagram now. So it's a very good way to keep traffic coming to every single site you have, but also just using it as inspiration. Um, but yeah, I don't know if anyone has any questions. I guess we can move on to questions.
I have a question, Eva.
Mm-hmm.
Say an agent wants to highlight their blog on their website.
Mhm.
How would they do that? Like, say they just created a new blog post and posted it on their website, but they want to then share it on social media, including Pinterest.
Mhm.
How would they create that pin?
So creating a pin, we're gonna go back over to here. So we're gonna go back to the same area you were, and it's the same plus button. And instead of board, you're gonna go pin, and you can drag a file. You can add a title. So let's put my skydiving video in there. Awesome.
Love it.
Oh, but it's too big. Hold on. We're gonna take my picture of me skydiving. Awesome.
Love it.
Title. So I'm gonna title that whatever I want. Let's say skydiving California. And then you can do a description. So in that case, I could be like, I was skydiving in Santa Barbara. With Santa Barbara Skydives, I can't thank them enough for this amazing opportunity and how much it did for me. Now, add a link. So in that case, that would be where they'd want to add the blog link.
Mhm.
So same thing here. Their picture should probably be whatever I would say the front page of the blog is going to be.
Mhm.
And then they can have that, and it can be blog update on home mortgages or something like that. Whatever they're blogging about, they'll add the link. And then if you have a board specifically for my blog post, but you also post a few other things in there or pin stuff that might be helpful, you could add that to that board. Or you can create a new board. You can always create one down here. So the ones that I have are all for other people's content that I've saved because I don't post content on Pinterest because I don't have to right now. But they can create a board and it's um all about California. So, or in this case, somebody could be all about living in the Midwest or something like whatever they want to do. And then you can tag specific topics. So in that case, I think it's a lot of like, let's see. Um, so if I tag California, it's gonna come up, and if someone looks up California, that's where it's gonna come up.
So it's kind of like a hashtag, right?
Almost. But
Okay.
you don't actually have to put hashtag. And the nice thing is nobody sees what you tag. So nobody's seeing all those quote
But
unquote
it's
hashtags.
helping with kind of like SEO in Pinterest?
Mhm.
Okay.
So it's almost like a secret way of getting your stuff out to other people without them actually knowing that you're targeting.
Tagging topics is important.
Yes, tagging topics is important if you are creating a pin. If you're not creating a pin, it's not, you don't really use those. But yeah, again, if it's just a blog, I would say picture, little title, maybe a quick little description. You can add that link and then add the tags, Midwest buyers, first home buyers,
Yeah.
mortgage brokerages, whatever it is. And then I would say if you are creating a post, specify it into its own board because that's going to be the best way for it to be an easy board where people can find all of that stuff together. Rather, you don't want them spread out all around the like your Pinterest because if you keep them in one place, it's going to keep people on that board and they're going to keep tapping.
Mhm.
So, yeah. And then I'm not going to post myself skydiving on Pinterest, but we'll go. Just go.
So it just seems like a really easy way to kind of like cross-reference different content. Because really you're basically, if you already have the blog post created on your website, you're just copying and pasting the title, the description with what you already have on your site.
Yeah.
So love it.
It's
Cool.
almost just another way of getting more people and getting just more traffic towards your stuff. And again, it's if it's very visually appealing, people are gonna tap on it. As someone who is guilty of that, because you see it, all 160 post clothing things saved to my pins, or down here we have 588. It's I can't get away, but visually appealing things I would say are very helpful. And I think I don't know, again, I am not an agent, so I don't want to be wrong about what I say, but I would say, especially for first home time or like home buyers, something that they visually see and they like it, they're gonna be like, yes, let me look deeper into this. But yeah, that's all I have.
Good job.
Thank you.
I didn't mean to be not on video, but I was listening. I thought of something while you guys were talking about how you could leverage being a referral partner and agent nationally with the reach of Pinterest.
Mhm.
So I don't know how that would work, but in terms of like all of the collateral that we make on a day-to-day basis, like you can just save it and tag it. And then you yourself are your own leverage for other people. And then at the same portion, you could create your link to your webpage to be a referral partner. So if other agents are seeing your pins and they're like, wow, Emily is like making noise up in Wisconsin, I need to know this gal, you can be like Pinsta famous.
Yeah. No, honestly, I would say that's a very good point, and I didn't even think about that. So honestly, thank you for making that point. But yeah, it would be great for referrals because you're gonna see so many people because maybe let's say our historic house in Pennsylvania, they're actually have buyers that are looking to buy in Wisconsin, and then they see your Pinterest account. They're like, oh my God, perfect. Let's send them over to Emily because she's gonna get them a bomb ass house in Wisconsin. Like, awesome.
And the approach of getting in front of people that are scrolling at a younger generation too will soon be home buyers. And I think that Pinterest is still utilized probably in your, your 20 to 40-year-old range. And those are like prime for people that are buying and first time home buyers. So I was just thinking about all the collateral we make and how you could link it to yourself and like your state and your website. At the same time, anytime you have a client testimonial, you could like put it on a Canva thing and like tag yourself. Your pop buys that people do that are really creative, other people will steal them just like we all do on Pinterest. So
Yeah, and
pay yourself.
there was one thing too that I thought of when Ava was talking, just in terms of like getting inspiration from other agents. Just make sure, and Abigail actually mentioned this, make sure that you're looking in other cities, other states for your inspiration from other agents. Just because you don't see, another Milwaukee agent, what they're doing. But rip off and duplicate, agents who are in California, in Texas, in Ohio.
Right.
And really start following them, whether it's on Pinterest or Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, and just get some different ideas from those agents and then bring that to Milwaukee and own that as the Milwaukee real estate agent.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I mean, even like I said, the one we found from that Keller Williams agent. I don't know where he's out of actually, but
Integrity, yeah.
There would be a whole rabbit hole on real estate.
so I mean, here's just his pins in general. I would say they're very well color coded.
Real estate.
Yeah, and I would also say this is visually appealing. I would look at this again because there's not too much going on, but there's also enough where if I click on something, I'm seeing what he needs to do, and then it takes me to his website, and it's just like how to become a home owner for the first time with a budget. Like that's
Yeah.
great. That's great for people in their late 20s or early 30s trying to get their first house, and they're like, oh my gosh, how do I do this on my budget where I'm going to save that money? He probably has great points if they go to his site. And then this is something that's cool. You can go to the saved stuff that he has. So he has some decor, real estate, and then just all the pins that he's posted or created. So you can also see what people are saving and what they've created. So it's both, but
Yeah.
I don't.
He's in a region.
Oh, he is. He's in Minnesota. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just a really cool way to like, well, then again, also connect with other Keller Williams agents and stuff like that. So I think that that's really beneficial. But I think Pinterest, I honestly think a lot of people forget about Pinterest, which is why I wanted to talk about it because I mean, I use it for Instagram captions, so I really can't say anything. It's very, you can utilize it for just about anything, and I think that that's really cool. Like honestly, I bet you if we look up, let's go to home.
I bet there's not a lot of Milwaukee real estate agents utilizing it either. So it could be a really excellent opportunity to kind of claim that, that niche.
Yeah. Well, I'm the one on the call, so maybe I'll do it.
Emily, it's all yours.
No, there'll be more. Lots of people are gonna like this and learn from it too, from the recording. I think it's valuable.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, here, look at this, KW right here, from the Griffin Group. Staging tips: declutter, depersonalize, improve curb appeal, style the dining table, stage your outdoor living area, cater to the season, and clean up any toys. So this automatically, I kind of want to now see who the Griffin Group is. They're in Mid-Central Florida. Awesome. Now look how visually appealing their pins are. Like, brought me to another step because I was like, oh my gosh, they're in KW, wonder where they're out of. And then I are like these are awesome. kind of like our post we create, but they're super, like, it's just a very cool way to utilize something that I don't think everyone realizes is valuable.
Mhm.
Nursery
Yeah.
design, that's awesome. You can tell if you have new home buyers who have kids or something and they have a baby on the way. Nursery design trends, awesome. They're gonna be like, wow, wait,
I
you're
think it could be really cool too if you know a buyer or seller that has Pinterest access and you can share your board. And if the board is like, it could even be like your home selling packet. I know that we have every way of sending it, but it's just another way of leveraging technology. You could share like an inspo room on like prepping and staging your home. And here are some tips and tricks of like examples of what good looks like.
Mhm.
Um, all kinds of things. So it's endless, never ends.
Yeah. I mean, that's another thing why I thought it was great because I think a lot of people would rather see something visually that they have to do rather than be told. Like, I know me, I don't love sitting in a lecture hall and being told what I'm learning. I would rather see it. And so I think
Yeah.
that's the thing when it comes to a house, to a property, to literally just about anything. If you're seeing, oh, this is how it should look, or that's a great
Mhm.
idea to make my dining room table look like that, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh,
Mhm.
wait,
Oh yeah.
I'll see like cleaning videos and I'm like, oh my gosh, that fridge looks nice. Maybe I should clean out my parents' fridge.
Like they did a great job.
They did awesome. But yeah, so I mean, just a great way to utilize something that isn't all about likes and comments and share. It's just about creating something that's visually appealing to you, but also to your target audience. And I think that you can do that pretty easily with Pinterest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that that's all I have.